Welcome, everyone. Do you ever have those days where you got your entire rehab session planned out, and then after a few minutes into the workout, you just know it's not happening? I personally still deal with those days quite often, and even recently, which is what really inspired this video. For instance, the other day, I had set a number of goals and movements I wanted to work on for that day. Even the initial warm up and stretches I always do beforehand didn't feel quite right either. It was as if my body was foreshadowing to me that things would get pretty rough for me. Once I got to the actual workout, my hip felt stiff, tight, and impinged, and nothing seemed to be working as I had initially planned. Going through these moments used to make me feel like I was failing at my recovery, like if all the progress I had made up until now no longer mattered because I couldn't carry out what I had planned for the day. And although I still go through these moments of doubt and struggle, the way I view them as they happen has completely changed. Traditional training teaches you to push for progress every session, no matter what. Progressively overload, add more weight, more volume, etc. If you aren't doing a conscious deload, you're always expected to make gains and continue to keep getting stronger on a linear basis. Rehab is not like that. Some days, everything clicks. Your form is on point, the correct muscles are being activated, and everything is smooth. Other days, your body simply does not want to cooperate, and there is nothing you can do about it. I used to fight back hard against my body in those days, and most of the time, that only made things worse. I thought I could force my workout without taking into account what my body had to say about the matter. I wouldn't listen to how loud the pain and discomfort was. I just ignored it. I was only preoccupied with completing my routine for the day, even if my body was not on board. With that being said, you should always have a plan or general idea of what you should be working and improving on. But I am talking about those days where nothing is going your way no matter what. It is how you respond when it happens that affects everything. You need to be able to adapt on the fly when everything goes left in an instant. A sharp pain down your leg or back, knee pain, massive hip impingement, or foot and ankle instability. Instead of getting surprised and frustrated at the fact that my body wasn't capable of performing something at the moment, I listened to what it was telling me and adjusted my training for the moment. This completely changed how I approached difficult rehab days because I no longer labeled myself as a failure for not being able to complete the exact routine I had planned for the day. I had to remind myself that I still do have legit injuries that I am working to improve. So obviously, every session won't go 100% my way. There will be days where it honestly just sucks. But all that really matters is that you don't let those moments prevent you from showing up and still doing what you can. If you find yourself in this type of situation, there are two main plans of action I personally take. First, I swap difficult movements for lower impact alternatives. If hanging knee raises hurt, I'll do dead bugs. If I'm still not feeling the dead bugs, I'll just do isometric holds or planks. Ultimately, as long as I can still target my core without aggravating my joints, that's all that matters. The same principle can be applied to every other part of the body. But I would be lying if I stated that simply choosing safer and lower impact exercise alternatives works 100% of the time. Sometimes anything can aggravate your symptoms and nothing feels right. This is where you can begin to notice yourself getting angry, wanting to give up, and beginning to think negatively. That is when I would stop forcing the workout. This is when I'd suggest you take the second plan of action, which is to simply drop everything that you are doing and begin walking, preferably barefoot and outside on the grass. But if you are at home or at the gym, you can simply go out for a walk or hit the treadmill. This is not a magic fix by any means. It simply gives yourself the space to relax and cool off. especially for me because by this point, I'm already absolutely fuming at the fact that I couldn't work out the way I wanted to. Walk and just keep walking until all your rage has subsided. Especially if you are outside barefoot on grass, the longer you walk, the more cardio, sunlight, and ground contact time with the earth you will get, so you win no matter what. Ironically, the days I stopped forcing things became some of my most productive recovery days. I was better able to reflect on what went wrong and why without feeling like it was the end of the world. Recovery isn't about having a perfect workout every time. It's about making good decisions consistently over months. It could get tricky because you need to know when it's right to do more and when to do less. I used to think bad rehab days meant I was moving backwards. Now I see them differently. They're a reminder that I'm recovering from an injury, not training for a competition or sport. Some days, the best decision you can make is to adapt the plan instead of forcing it. Be patient with yourself. Recovery isn't supposed to look perfect. If you were able to relate to anything discussed in this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for your time.